This is Iran, one of the oldest civilizations in the world. For the last almost 500 years, Iran has been on the world map with the same borders, and it's hard to find a superpower that hasn't clashed with Iran. Whether they are Romans, Arabs, Mongols, Turks, Russians or British, every superpower has tried to conquer Iran. One major reason for this is that Iran is at the crossroads of the world. It is the only country that connects Europe, Africa and Asia. Today, Iran shares borders with 7 countries, to the east with Pakistan, Afghanistan and Turkmenistan, and to the west with Iraq, Turkey, Armenia and Azerbaijan. Additionally, Iran has access to 3 seas, the Caspian Sea to the north and the Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman to the south. To the south of Iran is the world's most important and dangerous point, called the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of the world's oil and gas supply passes through this point. Near the Strait of Hormuz are 7 islands that have been under Iran's control since 1970, previously controlled by the UAE. Similarly, this entire island in the Caspian Sea is also under Iranian control. For the last 40 years, Iran has been a headache for the Western world. But what is the reason that, despite having such a powerful military and economy, no Western country has been able to attack and conquer Iran? All countries know that a direct attack on Iran can be very damaging. Iran's geographical position plays a significant role in making it uncomfortable for others. In today's video, we will see how Iran's history, geography and proxy wars have made it so powerful. To the south and west of Iran is the Zagros mountain range. This mountain range stretches from Iran's coastline to Iraq and Turkey, providing strong natural protection. The area is rocky and difficult to cross. These mountains helped Iran so much that when Iraq attacked in 1980, their plan was to first capture the oil-rich province and then move on to conquer the rest of Iran and crush the Iranian Revolution. All Arab countries were afraid that the effects of the Iranian Revolution might spread to them. However, the Iraqi army could only reach Khuzestan in 2 years. They tried hard to cross the mountains and take over Iran, but they were unsuccessful, and Iran pushed the Iraqi forces back into Iraq. However, Iran faced a problem because while the Iraqi army easily received supplies from its cities, it was difficult for the Iranian army to get supplies since all major depots and cities were on the other side of the mountain range. That's why after 8 years the war ended without any result, and there was no change in the border between the 2 countries. Similarly, the Caspian Sea border to the north is protected by a mountain range, providing Iran with safety and various resources. These mountain ranges are rich in uranium, silver, gold and zinc. Iran has the largest zinc reserves in the world. The 20th century further enhanced Iran's geography with the discovery of large oil and gas reserves near the Persian Gulf. Today, Iran holds 10% of the world's oil and 15% of its natural gas reserves. Another source of protection for Iran is its 500-kilometer-long coastline, which is divided between 2 seas. Bandar Abbas, Iran's largest seaport, is only 70 kilometers from the world's major choke point, the Strait of Hormuz, which gives Iran significant geographical leverage. If Iran blocks this point with its navy, the global economy could collapse since 15% of the world's energy supply passes through here to Asia and Europe. Now, if someone crosses this coastline and these 2 mountain ranges into Iran, another major obstacle is the Lut Desert and the Kavir Desert. The Lut Desert is known as the hottest place in the world, with a recorded temperature of 70 degrees Celsius in 2005. This harsh and unusual geography has made it almost impossible to counter Iran. Another thing that makes Iran powerful today is its geopolitical strategy. First, looking at Iran's population, it is about 90 million, with 95% being Shia Muslims. In Iran, 61% are Persian, 16% are Arab, 10% are Kurdish, and the remaining 12% are Baluch, Law, Arab and Turkish. Before the 1979 Shia revolution, Iran was a liberal country, and had a strong alliance with the US in the region, which provided military ships to Iran. But then, with the arrival of Imam Khomeini, all the dynamics changed. Interestingly, before 1979, Iran had good relations with Israel, and in fact, it was the second largest Muslim-majority country to recognize Israel in 1948. However, Imam Khomeini quickly raised support for Palestine and declared Israel Iran's #1 enemy. Tehran severed all diplomatic relations with Israel. All flights to Israel were cancelled, and the Israeli embassy in Tehran was changed to the Palestinian embassy. The first result of this was the deterioration of relations between Iran and the US, along with Israel. But this deterioration didn't just remain with Israel and the US. All the Arab states surrounding Iran were also on alert after the Shia revolution. They were all afraid that Iran's ideas might spread to their countries and threaten their monarchies, as all these Arab states had monarchies. In 1980, all these Arab states united to support Saddam Hussein in attacking Iran. This made Iran realize that if it wanted to survive, it had to spread its ideas to other countries because all the Arab countries were against it, standing between it and its greatest enemy, Israel. Therefore, Iran began to support all groups that were anti-Israel or anti-terrorism, such as Hamas in Palestine, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Fatimiyun Brigade in Syria, Al-Badr in Iraq, and Houthis in Yemen. This entire network is called the Axis of Resistance, and through this network, Iran keeps pressure on Israel and Arab countries, making them think twice before taking any steps against Iran. So when Israel began bombing Gaza, Hezbollah fired missiles at Israel from Lebanon, and Yemeni efforts started targeting Israeli and US ships crossing the Red Sea with drones. Iran's proxy warfare strategy has made it quite dangerous. Speaking of warfare strategy, it's essential to mention Iran's drone technology. In January 2014, when drones were continuously attacking containers crossing from Oshon, France used 15 surface-to-air missiles worth $1 million to shoot down a Yemeni Shahed drone, while the mini-drone only cost $20,000. These mini-smart drones are all provided by Iran, and they have gained so much attention that the same Iranian drones are being used against Russia in Ukraine. According to a 2022 report from the US Central Command, Iran has the most advanced ballistic missiles in the Middle East. All of Iran's missiles can hit targets up to 2,000 kilometers away. So when we look at Iran's geography, its proxy strategy, and drone technology, despite the Western world's sanctions and its economy being quite small, Iran emerges as a country with many uncertainties regarding its potentials. Whether it's its nuclear program, funding of proxy networks, or missile technology, there are many grey areas concerning Iran that make Western countries hesitate to attack it directly. If we only look at the point that the world's two choke points, the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandeb, are within Iran's target range, this gives it significant leverage. Now, Russia and China are also formally supporting Iran. Recently, when Hamas leader Ismail was stationed in Iran, many unconfirmed reports surfaced that Russian intelligence and military generals met with Iranian officials and assured them that if they took action against Israel, they would support Iran fully. Currently, after Ismail's assassination, many questions are being raised about Iran's internal security, and it seems that there may be some internal issues. How and when Iran will respond, and whether it can respond to Israel and the US, only time will tell. These are all the things we explain in this video. We will meet in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care. Goodbye.